But developing now, we have new information in the tragic helicopter crash that killed a newlywed couple and their pilot.
First responders are taking us to the moment when they discovered the wreckage. Eyewitness News reporter Henry Ramos is live in Uvalde. And Henry, what are federal investigators telling you?
And Jeff and Deborah, an air safety investigator with NTSB who has been on the crash site since yesterday, says the area where the helicopter crashed is a very difficult area to navigate because the chopper crashed on the side of a hill, and secondly, it is mostly rugged terrain. So that is what's making it for investigators to piece this whole investigation together. But I do want to show you some video that was taken of the chopper leaving the ranch where the couple tied the knot on Saturday. Now, according to investigators who are looking at several factors, they were heading to the San Antonio airport to take off for their honeymoon. The helicopter crashed after midnight Sunday, roughly 10 miles from the ranch, on what was supposed to be the happiest day for college sweethearts Will and Bailey Byler. Now, as for the pilot, we've learned he was 74 years of age and was very experienced at flying, this according to NTSB. Several agencies, including the Texas Game Wardens, responded to the crash. Here's what a warden had to say when they found the scene when it was daylight.
We definitely saw a helicopter in a terrible state. It was in debris all along the side of the mountain, like he said. And when we came, the family was, a lot of the family was there. They had been dropped off by a private helicopter. And so we helped them to secure the scene.
Now, investigators at this point cannot determine a cause, but their focus now is recovering the wreckage, looking at the pilot's qualifications, what he did the last 72 hours, and examined the weather conditions during that time. Now, many have poured their condolences online for the Ackerman and Byler families. Now, while officials haven't ID'd the couple today, the couple's school, Sam Houston State University, sent out a letter to the campus saying this is a time to reflect and that Will and Bailey will be remembered for their kind hearts and uplifting spirits. Live in Uvalde, Henry Ramos, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.